My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be testing out the AVON Love in Paris eye palette. This is what the outside looks like, very cute. And then the inner part, the actual palette itself, looks like this. And it has a lot of shades in it. It has a lot going on, a lot of different textures. Let me remove the plastic. My mom got it for me for Thanksgiving. Thanks, Mom. And I haven't tried it out until now because I have way too much makeup. We know that already. But yeah, see, there's like I think a pressed glitter here, and then some like really metallic shades, some shimmers, like lighter shimmers. Well, no, I would say maybe that's a metallic and maybe like that's a shimmer. And then there are two true mattes. So the black and the brown. Very interesting, and a lot of different colors in it. No setting shade. So I think what I'm gonna do is see if these like shimmery satin shades can be used in the crease. So I'm gonna start with the pink one, I think. This one here. This is my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. See if I could pick up a little more of that. Okay. And this eye is primed, the other one is not. Ooh. Has some nice pigment to it. This is going to be my transition. And I have a feeling I'm going to like this. First of all, just by this so far. Also the fact that it has a lot of different textures. I have not been impressed with AVON eyeshadows in quite some time. I don't know if I outgrew them or their formula changed or something like that. But it definitely looks like they're trying to step up their game. That is very nice. And if you look really closely, yes, you can see a little hint of a sheen. But otherwise, that worked pretty well like that. Just with a clean brush, same brush, just blending it out a little more. And as usual, the blending is better in person than in the camera. Next, I'm going to use my IBY crease brush, and I'm going to try the brown shade. And that's going to go deeper into my crease. That is a little more than I wanted, but that's okay. I think I'm going to go back in with the pink, just because I feel like I lost it a little bit with the brown. Alright, I think I'm going to go with this, like, shimmery burgundy. It's like a very dark burgundy. Ooh, that is thick. I guess it's more brown than I originally thought. Alright, that's okay. I'm going to use that on my outer third. Ooh. Wow. So far, I am impressed. This one definitely has like a thicker texture. I mean, it's not super thick, but it's a thicker, more metallic, like grittier metallic, I guess. Like not in texture, but in like, I guess, appearance in the pan. Like we've seen that kind of texture from other palettes before, other non-AVON palettes. I feel like it's a popular texture nowadays. And it gives a more intense metallic. Just trying to blend a little bit. Then I think I'm gonna go with this one here. So this one is a little less intense, somewhat similar in texture. This is like a magenta berry kind of shade. I'm gonna put that in the middle of my lid and just blend it into the brown. Not as intense as I would have liked, but honestly, I feel like no matter what brand you're working with, this shade is never as intense as I want it to be. Then I'm gonna go with this bright gold, but ever so slightly has a little green to it. Yeah, that's that thicker, grittier, more glittery metallic texture. Ooh. Yeah, some fallout there. And that doesn't really bother me, but I know that bothers some people. That is very pretty. This one would probably benefit from a glitter glue, but we're not doing that today. Let's see. For a brow bone highlight, I think I'm going to use this one here, which I don't know how well that's going to go because of the texture, but I'm going to use my dollar store brush and see if I could pick some of that up. Not really. Oh, okay, there it is. This one, though, feels like a similar, I mean, just from its performance right now and how it's not really picking up on the brush the way I want it to, this seems to be the same texture as the gold one. So, probably better on the lid with a glitter glue. Just for the heck of it, let me see if I can put a little of this like beige shimmer on top. I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, it's a little dark for me. But this one definitely applies better in this fashion. And I think for the lower lash line, I'm going to go into the violet. Don't worry, I'll use the blues and the greens in another look right after this in the same video. I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it to do it. I'm going to try my smaller version of that brush from Wish. It's a little flatter, a little denser, a little smaller. I'm going to see if I can pick some more of that up. Nope, it doesn't really want to. I'm going to try with my finger instead. See, that looks a little better. Yeah. So this one, I feel like you need a finger for it. I have a feeling it might wear okay in the crease. But if you want that shimmer, and it's a very deep, like grayish purple, so unfortunately it's not like a bright violet like I like. But if you just want that little touch of purple, and this works. But you have to use your finger. Alright, so I'll do swatches now. How am I going to do this? I guess I'll start going across this way. So I'll start with this guy here. Yeah, that's that same glittery texture. I feel like that one's almost more of a topper shade. Yeah. And then that pink that you saw me use on my eyes. Doesn't swatch well, but you saw what it did. This shimmery rose, no, it looks more rosy in the pan, but on me it's more of a champagne. And that one does, that one does feel a little thicker. You know, now that it's on me, there is a slight rosiness to it. If you're into neutrals, that one is definitely very nice. I'm more excited about this light blue here. Let's see. Okay, looks good. Okay, that looks like it's gonna be nice. Then I'm gonna go for the dark, say navy royal blue. Okay, so that one is kind of more like the purple, where it's very dark and like grayish blackened. Not sure how I'm gonna feel about that one. Then we have the Brownie Burgundy color. That one is very nice. It's more brown than burgundy for sure, but it's nice. Didn't swatch great, but applied very nicely. The deep green, that's that chunky texture again. Ooh, that looks nice. Swatch, not that great. The brown, the matte brown that you did see me use. Wow, very soft. Nice. These are very sloppy swatches. I think I'll switch to the other side for the other 8. So there's this shimmery beige down here that you saw me use. I guess it's a little deeper than the rosy one and not as shiny. Then there's this one down here, which is like a light taupe, I guess. Ooh, that's interesting. And then this magenta-ish one that you saw me use. This one looks like a pressed glitter. That is very dry. But maybe with a glitter glue, maybe. So I'll have to try that out. Now the gold color. There we go. The matte black. Yep, that one feels like the brown. Wow. Very pigmented. The purpley color. That again is, you know what? That one kind of reminds me of the purple in the Too Faced original chocolate bar, where it's not quite as purple as I want it to be, at least. And then we have this like gunmetal kind of color. I mean, I'm not gonna go by the swatches here because I think they're gonna come out better than they just did. You saw how they came out on my eyes. But so far, I do like it. I think that AVON has definitely improved with this palette. Even though, you know, the shades I used weren't perfect, I definitely like the pink, and I like the gold, and even that that like brown shimmer shade. I mean, the brown matte was fine, I just don't care for brown eyeshadow, even though I did like the shimmery one. The purple down here and the magenta in here, those could have had a little more color to them and pigmentation, and the colors I used in my brow bone were fine. Just, it depends on the texture. Alright, so yesterday's look wore really well. Both the primed eye and the not primed eye basically looked the same at the end of the day. I was impressed with that. However, I did find out that the palette retails for $34. Do I like it so far? Yes. Do I think it's worth $34? No. But we're gonna do another look today, and I'm gonna start with this light blue here that I just stuck my finger in. I'm gonna use my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. Ooh, I like it. And I'm gonna put this as my transition shade. And once again, I have this eye primed and this eye not. So that works, but I think probably a packing motion would be better. Yeah, that's better. Not quite as bright as it is in the pan, but this is still nice. I really like the texture of this one. This one and that pink one, they have the same like soft satiny texture. Okay, so this one I am seeing a difference with the primed eye and the not primed eye. It's taking a lot longer to build on the not primed eye, and you can see that the color is not the same. It's not coming out as opaque. So unless you're looking for in like this kind of wash, like a real wash of color, I don't recommend using this one without a primer. I want to try the black. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm going to use my IBY crease brush. That was very pigmented yesterday when I swatched it. And my dad blasting his music as usual. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike. I've been good so far. Definitely when I blend this one, and not just on this side, it kind of moves the blue around. So like I said, that blue definitely needs a packing motion and a primer. This eye did not come out so well. I don't like how they're performing without a primer today. Alright, next I'm going to try this blue here, the deep one. I'm going to put that on the outer third. That's nearly black. Yeah, not impressed with that one, because I want it to show up blue. I'm just going to try and blend that inward a little bit. What I'm going to try next, which I don't think is going to work, the pressed glitter. It's like a turquoise. I'm really going to dig in there. Okay, better than yesterday. Oh no. Not good. So all the glitter has now come down here. And it's also turning into like a, again, like a blackened shade. So if I'm gonna do this, I definitely need a glitter glue if I want any chance of that working. So I'm just going to use my NYX glitter glue. I'm gonna put that on both sides because it literally has no chance without it. My glitter glue just, I put on the cap and I twisted it back and, aw. Okay, I guess I need a new one of those. And quickly I'm gonna go back into this shade and, ooh, that's nice. Yeah, there we go. Now that we have a glitter glue down, that's pretty. I'll have to see if it creases throughout the day or moves or anything. That's nice, I like that. Even though it seems to have like a black gray base maybe, which is not my favorite thing, but the glitter is really pretty and it is pretty fine. See, like that's the color I'm left with on my finger after I did all that. But there is still a lot of fallout. I'm going to take my dollar store brush and I'm going to try to use the taupe shade as a brow bone highlight. Again, it's that other texture, like that thicker texture that really needs a finger, so probably not going to get too much going on, but we already know that. And then I'm not going to waste any time with a brush. I'm going to use the green on my lower lash line with my pinky, because when I tried to use the brush yesterday, it didn't work. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe I will use a brush. I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. Let's see if I can pick up that green. Oh man. Maybe this one needs a glitter glue too. Because it's not coming out very green and it's having some trouble applying. Darn it. I was really hoping to like absolutely love this palette, because like I said, I really feel like Avon is trying to step up their game with the eyeshadows, and I feel like they really did try. And there's a lot of colors, a lot of textures. Some of these are really good. Others, however, not so much. Definitely not worth $34. Darn it. Okay, so it is the end of the day. I had to pop back in here because, first of all, ignore the face. Something is itching me. Something's going on there, but it is a little more than 10 hours later, and despite the other shades in the palette ranging from poor to nice, this is the best pressed glitter I have ever tried. It hasn't moved at all. This one has moved a little bit, increased a little bit, but remember, this is the one that I did not have the eyeshadow primer on. I mean, really, the eyeshadow overall, at least on this eye, looks okay. This one, it has like creased and moved and faded, but again, that one had no primer. But this one, the one that had the eyeshadow primer and the glitter primer, the glitter looks absolutely the same. Has not moved, has not creased, has not faded, has not traveled, looks exactly the same. And I've never ever had a glitter do that before. Any other glitter I've tried before has creased, moved, traveled, all the things I just said, even if it's only a little bit. And those are the ones that I consider to be good pressed glitters for me. But this one has not done that at all. So I am very, very, very impressed by that. I think Avon should come out with pressed glitters, or maybe a palette of them, because despite how terribly dry it was when I tried to apply it without a glitter primer, if you use a glitter primer, and for me a primer underneath, like a regular primer, it didn't move at all. I'm very, very impressed. Do I think you should pay $34 for that one pressed glitter? No. I mean, hey, if you want to, I mean, go ahead. But I am very impressed with the pressed glitter. And like I said, I do think Avon is trying to step up their game. I can definitely see the effort they put into trying to make this palette better than their previous, like, say, little quad kind of palettes. Filming. 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 I know they did make another palette that was, like, elongated. I don't have that one, but I have to say I would be curious to try it now. Hey, Ma, if you're watching. All right, before I go, I think I'm going to try one last thing. I had mentioned maybe, like, say a shade like this would be better with glitter glue. That's what I'm going to try. If I can, let's see, if I can get any of the glitter glue left out of this thing. I do have both eyes primed, and I'm going to put glitter glue on the inner 2/3 of the lid. And the green is just from the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. So I'm going to try that green shade. Ooh. Oh no. That wasn't the plan. I dug in harder because it seemed to have a hard pan going on. But now I think I picked up too much. I feel like that definitely is better though with the glitter glue. Yeah, I mean I put on too much, but see it like still, well now there's like a kind of big dent in there, but see that? It like doesn't, it's blackened and like it doesn't want to come off my finger. So I think for this shade, and probably some of the other ones too, I bet the blue will work the same way, the deep blue. You need a glitter glue if you really want to see that color. All right, at least it worked. Just to use one more shade, I'm going to use this like gunmetal color with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. And see if I can get that to apply. Not really, kind of the same deal. So now the only thing I have to update you guys on is whether this wears well or not, because sometimes glitter glue can make things crease depending on if they don't agree or not. So overall, definitely not worth $34. That being said, the pressed glitter was the best pressed glitter I've ever tried. The rest of the shades are hit and miss. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. You saw that that first look wore really well on both eyes, no matter if there was primer or not. The second one, not so much. So that is also kind of hit and miss depending on the shade. But again, at least Avon is trying to step up their game, and I do appreciate that. I'm looking forward to see what else they come up with. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye! See you next time!